Hello and assalamu alaikum and welcome to Ramadan Radio Wolves. Today we have an absolutely great treat for you. Live and exclusive, we have Roman Sai's, Wolverhampton Wanderers football player and Morocco team national captain. I'll be asking him today a few questions about how he's finding life here in Wolverhampton, how it is to be a Muslim player in the English Premier League, and also the captain of his national team. So, Roman, thank you and assalamu alaikum. How are you doing today and how are you finding the lockdown period?
Alaikum salam. I'm really good. Thank you. Alhamdulillah. I hope you too. And yes, lockdown is really hard. And for me and for my kid, they are knocking the window to disturb me. So yeah, it's really hard because of course I miss the football a lot. But it's good also because I can spend more time with my family, because most of the time we are away from home because of football. So it was a good thing, but now we'd like to play a little bit football if it's possible.
Yeah, hopefully the Premier League, inshallah, will be back soon and we can see you back on our screens and back at the stadium very soon, inshallah. Okay.
Could be dangerous, so you have to take care of this.
Yeah, no, and the thing is, you mentioned there, obviously, in terms of the temperature in African countries. I suppose the good thing here in Wolverhampton is we never really get the weather that bad, do we, during Ramadan? But it is obviously summer.
Yeah, for sure.
So look, I've met you. I don't know if you remember. We have met actually at the mosque for Friday prayers, for Jummah prayers. How important is being a Muslim? How important is faith to you personally as a footballer, but as a person, Roman?
But I think for us, is the key of our life. What we are here because we are it's our rules. Follow the rules of Allah, and make me a better person.
Yes.
As a man, as a player, because if you respect the rules of the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you can only be a good person. Of course, the perfection doesn't exist for us, but you have to try to increase your faith day after day, especially in that moment.
Yeah.
And also for people like me, so we are lucky to play football and to have to get some comfort about this in terms of salary, all the things like that. So with the religion, you can stay focused on what you have to do, because the problem when you get a lot of money, sometimes you can start being crazy because the shaitan is everywhere. So
yeah,
he will try to escape you from the religion. So it's really important to have the religion for me and for my family.
Yeah. Okay. And we've got a great Premier League here in England. There's some really high-profile players here, and it's a really diverse industry in terms of the footballers that we have there. So we've got some high-profile Muslim players here, such as Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane, Mesut Ozil, N'Golo Kante. How easy was the transition for you into English football as a Muslim player? Was there any difficulties that you encountered? Or, how has it been for you in terms of being welcomed into the Premier League?
No, it was really easy. If I compare with France, was really easy for me because I think England, they are more open with the religion, not only the Muslim. It's quite different in France, so it was really easy for me to adapt myself as a player with the English football, and as a man with the religion. So it was a good thing for me. It was also a thing because I want to come here,
Yeah.
because I know England was more open with the religion. You can do your religion with calm, with nothing to think bad, because sometimes in France if you can, for example, for the woman, they cannot go outside with the hijab, because they don't allow this, and it could be dangerous, because sometimes some people, they are crazy about that. So after the rules of France, but I like England because they are more open about this. Sometime when I go to Birmingham, I can see some Muslim people speaking about the religion in the center, and 20 meters after, some people talking about the Christianism, and everybody is free to do his religion. So that's the good thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good message to our listeners as well. Sometimes we do forget how lucky we are to live here in the UK, where it is a lot more tolerant than other countries and other places. So it's good to hear that you've been able to appreciate that. So look, in that previous question, I mentioned some really strong players there, some strong Muslim players. One of the questions that we've got, and actually one of my brothers and a few football fans asked me to ask you, was, can you name a five-a-side football team, Muslim players only, that you would choose alongside yourself? For four of the players, they need to be Muslim, and they can be past or present. Who would you choose in your five-a-side team? I'm guessing Adama goes straight in?
Okay, without me in the five, huh?
No, with you. I want you in there.
So me, one, I will choose Mehdi Benatia.
Yes.
Play for Juventus. Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
Was my captain in Morocco. I would choose Riyad Mahrez.
Yeah, brilliant player.
He's a good friend of me. So three. I would choose Mohamed Salah.
Yes.
Because everything when I see him is really friendly, and it's a good player also.
Yes.
And the last one, I will take N'Golo Kante.
N'Golo Kante, yeah.
Yeah, because I think it's a really good footballer, and a really, really good person. I know him now for a few years, because we play against when we were in second division in France.
Okay.
And now we are playing against in Premier League. So it's a really good person and a fantastic footballer.
Fantastic. What a team that is, by the way. So we'll just quickly go through that again. So Mehdi Benatia, Roman, Saiz, Mohamed Salah, N'Golo Kante, and who was the other one? Oh, Riyad Mahrez. Wow.
Riyad Mahrez.
Listen, that team would go far. I think you'd find it'd be really difficult to find a team to beat that. So, wow, what a strong team. So, look, one of the things, we've got our youngsters listening in the community, and we sometimes find that growing up, they're watching football or they're playing football, or it might be any sports. They're not always supported as well as they could be, in the Muslim community. Maybe their parents aren't as supportive, etc. How did you find it when you were growing up? So you first started to play for Valence in the amateur league in France. Were your parents very supportive? What was your experience in terms of transitioning into professional sport?
If I remember now, it's a few years ago now for me. Was 10 years ago. I remember when I was playing for Valence in the Conference League, and then I signed for Clermont in second division. So the transition was good for me because I think a lot of people helped me in this transition, because when you change, it's totally different. You are in conference, and you sign in the professional football club, so you move from your home, from your town. It was totally new for me, so it was the first experience for me without my parents. So you have to learn a lot of things about the life, cooking,
Yeah.
wash your clothes, clean your home. So it's really different, and you can find some people not even about football. So people in the city, because like we said, I think Muslim people, we are a community really close to each other.
Yes.
So of course some people help me. When you go to the mosque, you meet some people, or we were some Muslim players in the team, so it was easier because we were really close to each other. So my friend helped me. The other time it's me to help him. So it was a good thing. It's always a good thing to have Muslim people in your team.
Yeah, absolutely agree. And your parents, when you signed that contract with Claremont to say, I'm going to be a professional footballer, were they happy for you? Were they, pleased with your decision to become a professional footballer? How did they support you?
No, they were really happy because they know it was my dream since I was a kid. So they were really happy because I work a lot in this way to become a football player. It wasn't really easy every time because I never do academy, for example. I always play in conference football until 21 years old, and then I signed my first contract. So they were happy for me, and I think they were worried also because if I didn't play football, I think they don't know what I'm gonna do, because I was
Well,
not really bad at the school, but I was good, not very very good, but I wasn't interesting about school. I was only focused on football, and after 16 or 17 years old, they were thinking about maybe the football.
yeah.
He's gone. Football is gone for him, so he has to think about a new job in the next few years, a new school maybe. But I was only focused on football, and they were so happy at the end.
Yeah. No, I bet they
because
were proud.
I become a football player.
No, excellent. And look, you mentioned focus there, that you were completely single-minded in your desire and ambition to become a football player. So for any young budding athletes that we've got out there who want to make it into top level elite sport, which you are obviously at now, what would be the best advice that you would give someone who's listening to you today?
You just have to believe in you, even if some people, they can tell you you are not good enough, or you cannot get the next step to go to the professional football. You have to believe in you, because I met this kind of people in my young career when I was in conference, who told me you cannot be a professional footballer, or you are too lazy, you are not good enough, all these bad things. But all these things, I think they make me stronger as a player and as a man. I can think also at all my teacher, they can say, think about school, study well, and forget about football, because only maybe one of 50 players can be professional football. And it really make me stronger mentally, because was a thing I was thinking every day to show all of these people I
Yeah.
can do, and I will do it. And after they will say, they will show me, they will see me, sorry,
Yeah.
and say, oh, he did it.
Yeah. No, and that's
So
it. You had that mentality to go out there, prove them wrong, and you did.
yeah, I never give up, because after I can promise to all the young player, they will become professional footballer, but you have to do everything to try to be. And after, if you are not footballer, you can say, okay, I tried everything. I work a lot on football, on mentality, on all the aspects of football, and I can get it. So you don't have any regret after that. Instead of after a couple of years, you say, maybe if I did this or this, I could be a footballer, but you can live with regrets. So the most important is to do everything, to don't have any regrets, and after, if you have Allah with you, can help you to be a professional footballer.
Perfect. That's great advice. So, as I said, for any youngsters listening out there, you've heard it from Roman. Don't give up. Believe in yourself and put everything
Yeah,
into it, so you don't have any regrets looking back. So, look, you have made it to the top level. You've actually got to the point where you
yeah,
are not just a player, but also a captain for the Moroccan national team. So, look, you've got some really good players at the moment. So, you've got yourself. There's Hakim Ziyech, Soufiane Boufal, Ashraf Hakimi as well. Now, I actually loved Moroccan players from when I was a kid watching the Premier League. So I used to watch Yusuf Chipo, Mustafa Hadji. They played for Coventry City in the late 90s, early 2000s.
yeah.
I wouldn't say they were my heroes, but I remember them. Who was your footballing hero growing up? They don't have to be Moroccan, they don't have to be Muslim, but who was your, let's say top three players that you looked up to?
Um, when I was kid, I think like all the young people living in France, uh, all the young the young player wants to become the new Zinedine
Zidane.
Zidane,
Yeah,
because they won the World Cup in France,
yeah.
and he was amazing for many years. So we grew up with him, and after I was not in admiration, because we can admirate only Allah, but I was looking to Sergio Busquets,
Okay.
because he was he was playing the same position as me,
Mm.
and I really like the type of player he is. I was similar of him in terms of physicality.
Mm.
I was not a strong player, tall a little bit. So it was a good point for me to see him and try to see how he play on the pitch, how he can anticipate the things, uh, how many touches he used to play, how he defend, and I was really inspired. Inspired makes sense, yeah.
Inspired.
Uh,
Yeah.
Inspired, yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
uh, with him, because he was really clever on the pitch.
Yeah.
You can see sometimes he's not maybe a player like, for example, N'Golo Kante, who is running everywhere on the pitch,
Yeah.
because he has the capacity, but and him is more clever, and I think it was he
Yeah.
was and he is still a good player.
He's a top player. Intelligent with his movement, is he on the pitch?
Yeah,
Okay, and
yeah.
in terms of your playing career now, who's the hardest player that you've ever played against?
We'll say maybe Eden Hazard
Yeah,
and Mohamed Salah,
and those in
because
Premier
they
League
are,
matches. Yeah,
yeah. So every game against Liverpool, for example, they are really, really tough because, of course, when, as a centre back in the left side, I have
yeah,
Mohamed Salah. So it's so fast, you know. He can change the pace in half second. So it's really hard to follow him, especially for a player like, as me. I'm taller than him. I'm more heavy than him, so it's different, and it requires a lot of sprint from you, you know.
yeah,
And it's really, really hard to sprint against him for 90 minutes.
yeah.
So it's a really, really tough player. And Eden Hazard, because it's a player which is really skillful,
Mm.
with pace. He's powerful on his legs. So it's really hard also to play against him.
Okay, no, two fantastic players there. So look,
But now I'm happy because he's gone.
yeah,
To Spain, so
yeah. Now he's the problem. He's Busquets' problem now.
yeah, of course.
So look, you are captain of Morocco, and you've appeared in African Nations Cup, 2 tournaments, I think, and even a World Cup. How proud do you feel when you wear the Morocco shirt, but also when you are the captain of Morocco as well? What is that feeling like?
Oh, it's a fantastic feeling because I'm really, really proud to play for Morocco, because I represent my country. I represent my family. So you know, when you play for a club, it's totally different because even in your family or friends, maybe they don't support your club, but
Yeah,
when it's for your country, you have
everyone's
no
behind
choice.
you.
So yeah, so it's totally different when you play for your country. You can feel this on the pitch because you play for Morocco. We play for more than 35 million people, and when I play for World, for example, I don't play for more than 35 million, for
Yeah,
example. So it's totally different. I like to play for Wolves, honestly, because I like the club. I really like the club, the fans, but it's totally different when you play for Morocco. You represent uh, all the people in the Morocco, all the Moroccan people in the world, and we know in Africa when sometimes it's difficult for some part of the country,
hmm,
the football helps people a lot.
yes,
So we see that when we were qualified for the World Cup, was the mess in the country
yeah, yeah,
because people was really happy to see Morocco in the World Cup, and for us also it's important to show a good all the good thing from Morocco in the big tournament, you know.
mm,
When we play the World Cup, we maybe more than 50,000 Moroccan people were in Russia to
wow,
support us. So you show us also a good example, a good thing about Moroccan people,
yes.
and I really really enjoy it this moment, and I'm really happy to play for Morocco, to win games for the Moroccan people, to make it smile, just this.
Yeah. So it's almost transcends sport, doesn't it? It becomes more a thing about actually giving happiness to people as opposed to just what the result is, etc. And being able to represent Morocco in the best way possible. So no, that's really interesting to hear. And just a quick question for me, I suppose personally, I always wonder is how is the difference between international football and Premier League football? So I know you mentioned there's the pace of the Premier League and also the heat and environment when it comes to when you're playing some matches away in Africa. What's the big key differences that you find when you're playing for Morocco against when you're playing for Wolves in terms of the style of football?
In Premier League, sometimes you need all the aspect of the football. You need the physicality, technique, you need the pace, mentality. You need to be strong. So it's a really complete football in Premier League. But sometimes in Morocco, in Africa, especially in Africa, when you play some game, it's require more mentality, be strong. How many times do you see players playing in the best league in the world, and when they come in their team in Africa, they are totally different? Because Africa, it's so different. It's really hard. You can play a game against maybe the team, or they have some player, maybe they have maybe 2 works, because professional football is not enough in their country.
Yeah.
But the game, it will be really hard, because they play with their strong mentality, with physicality. So sometimes the technique is not enough to play in Africa. The talent is not enough, because also the condition. In Africa, they are totally different. If you talk about the weather, the pitch, most of the time the pitch, they are not really, really good. So to play a good football, it's really difficult. So it's required from you to be more stronger. And sometimes for the player, they are more skillful, it's harder for them. That's why it's important to, when you go in Africa, to switch on your mind, and to say, okay, for a couple of weeks, couple of days, it will be different. So I have to be ready to fight first. The most important is to fight. And when you fight and you have this mentality to get the ball, after you can try something, even if the pitch is difficult. But the most important is to be ready in your mind.
Okay, and look, we're running out of time now, so we're just going to move on to the final question now. Just going back to the situation now. So Eid is going to be coming up soon.
Yeah, but so most of the time, the morning, I try to try to sleep, because after we are in the last 10 days of Ramadan, so I stay all the night to try to increase my faith, read the Quran, make some prayer. We are reading the Quran with some friends by Zoom every night.
MashaAllah.
So it's really important. And then after the day, I try to do something with the kids. Now I can see my wife and my kids playing football in the garden.
Yeah.
So I will go straight after. We try to. I try to cook.
Yeah.
It's not my it's not my best capacity, trust me, but I try to have some moment with the kids, with my wife, and then also the kids, they have some homework each
Yeah.
day. Don't be too lazy at home. So we try to do different things every day to don't be bored, you know.
Yeah.
Especially with the kids, you know. If it's me, I can stay in my sofa all the day watching TV or doing this kind of thing. But with kids, they have to move to
Yeah.
be tired at the end of the day and sleep well the night. So we try to to play football every day because they ask me to train them, and after they play. They are doing some bikes. They want to do a gym session with me. So
Yeah.
it's funny. So I try to find every day something for the day, and then after the night I stay in my living room, try to increase my fit with myself and with my friends, because it's hard because we are not allowed to go to the mosque,
Yeah.
do the tarawih, so it's hard. So you have to find different things to increase your faith. So, but I think we are doing well.
Yeah. No, it sounds good.
It's Roman Says from Wolverhampton Wanderers. Just want to wish to all the listeners of Ramadan Radio, all Muslim people in Wolverhampton and in the world, Eid Mubarak, and take care of you.